Ventures is a recently launched company that promises the openness of Cyanogen and Android and promises a developer support community like no other in our country. My name is Bharat and today we're going to be unboxing the Yu Yureka. That's a quick sneak peek at the box contents, but if you look at the back of the box, you can see that you have some of the basic information over there about the specifications of the device. So it does have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 615 along with the Adreno 405 GPU. It does have 4G LTE capabilities, and the good thing is that the device is priced for only 8,999 rupees. So let's go on ahead and unbox it. The first thing inside the box is the Yu Yureka itself. I'm going to place it to the side and go further in. So the packaging is completely made out of recycled paper, and it also follows along the lines of the 1+1 box contents as well as the box itself. But you do have in-ear style earphones in this one. So you do get in-ear style earphones, no additional ear tips, and the cable is not a flat style cable but a regular round cable, and you do have a standard 3.5mm headphone jack. The battery is a 2500 mAh battery and is no different from standard batteries that we've seen on Micromax devices in the past. You also get a wall charger, which seems to be of pretty decent quality, and you get a USB to micro USB cable. So no documentation inside our box. Hopefully your box has slightly more documentation, or if none, then I guess it's a good thing because nobody really reads the documentation anymore. So remove the front plastic and you'll see the basic look of the device over here. If you turn over to the back, you can see that you have the moonstone back, which is quite identical to the sandstone finish, but it's smoother. You don't have that rough finish that we saw on the 1+1, but it's definitely much more smoother, and it's quite identical to that in terms of the feel, and hopefully this one won't come off easily. So if you take a quick look around the device, on the front you have a 5-megapixel camera, which will do great front-facing selfies. You do not have autofocus on this 5-megapixel camera, which is quite a disappointment. Below that you have a 5.5-inch 1280 by 720p display. So for a price that it comes at, this is quite a good display for 9,000 rupees. Below that you have touch capacitive buttons, the home button and the menu and back button, and as you'll soon discover that these buttons can be changed for on-screen buttons. But it's good that you have physical capacitive buttons, if not hardware buttons. On the bottom of the device is the micro USB charging port along with the main microphone. On the right is the power lock and unlock button. And that's about it. On the top is the 3.5mm headphone jack. On the left are the volume rockers. And on the back you'll see a secondary noise cancellation microphone, a 13-megapixel camera, the LED flash, the U logo, and at the bottom you'll see the speakerphone grill. Once you pop out the back panel, you'll see the SIM1 slot along with the micro SD card slot, and then you also have the silica gel, which is quite a surprise to keep the moisture out, and then you have the SIM2 slot on the top right over there. So let me pop in the battery and see what the device looks like when we power it on. So let's quickly go ahead and set up the device. I'm going to run through the setup real quick. So as you can see over here, you can use either on-screen keys or the off-screen keys. So you can switch between those when you're setting up the device for the first time. So once you turn on the device, you'll be greeted with a very familiar Cyanogen user interface. If you've seen any other Cyanogen device in the past, you'll be familiarized with the ecosystem almost immediately. And the minute we jump into About device, you'll see that it's running KitKat 4.4.4, which is great, and Lollipop is expected in the first few months of 2015. Now you can pull down from the top, look at your toggles, and you can also look at some of the settings over here. You can change your themes, You can customize the lock screen as well as the boot animation, and that's thanks to the Cyanogen mod or the Cyanogen version that is on here. You can also change the status bar settings. You can also use it to control your battery. You can also use it to control your brightness, which is great. You can also set up your owner information. All of those things are possible thanks to Cyanogen, as well as more or less stock Google interface. If I jump quickly into the camera, you'll see that the camera interface is almost identical to the one that we saw on the OnePlus One. And basically you can quickly take pictures and scroll through effects by simply scrolling from the top. You also have a bunch of settings over here that you can customize according to your requirements. And you can switch from a front-facing to a rear-facing camera or vice versa. You can also change the size of the image according to your requirements, and then you can also turn on zero shutter lags, change between focus modes and ISO settings, etc. It's a pretty good camera. It focuses real quickly, and we see a lot of detail on the camera, but for the first glance, it seems good, but let's see what it looks like when we finally test it properly. So you do have the knock-on feature, and you can scroll towards the right to turn on the camera. So if you're in the lock screen, you can push or pull from the right and you get into the camera almost instantly. Now, not a lot of applications are preloaded, but you do get your standard set of Google applications, plus some U applications that they've installed, including a U store, so to speak, which is great. You can also jump to the U forums from here. If you jump into the browser, it seems to be loading up our website really snappy, and it seems to be working really well, so no complaints with that whatsoever. Also, don't forget to vote for your favorite device in the iGyaan Tech Awards, as you can see over here. But make sure you do vote for it. And we've also got the unboxing of the Note Edge up, so you can check that out. Let's quickly play a video and see what that looks like.
Prices are the same. However, this does have the Edge screen, which is the pièce de résistance of the Note Edge. The price on the box is 68,500 rupees, but we already know that Samsung is going to be selling it for around the 63,000 price bracket, or maybe even lower. Let's go on ahead and unbox the device.
So video playback is great, and there seems to be no lag whatsoever. Volume could have been louder. Even at the maximum volume, we are not happy with the levels of audio from this device. So definitely needs an improvement over there. If we talk about the internal specifications, we have a 1.5 GHz octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 615 processor along with 2 GB of RAM. You also get 16 GB of internal storage along with 32 GB expandability via micro SD card. You get a 2500 mAh battery as mentioned before, and overall for the price, the device seems to be a fairly great product, and the fact that you have a large community powering this device in the back, it seems like it is going to be a powerful device. But of course, our full review will be out soon, so stay tuned for that. You can get the full unboxing details along with the full specifications and comparisons on iGyaan.in. You can find the link to that in the description below. You can also catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Make sure you take part and vote for your favorite device in the iGyaan Tech Awards 2014 to make sure your device wins the Tech Awards. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/iGyaan, youtube.com/iGyaanTV.